All right, so I did get some Play-Doh, all right, to kind of show you what's happening in this days 5 to 56. So here's this round ball of cells, okay, and the blastopore. A blastopore is a little indentation, so I'm just going to make a little indentation there. The cells start to migrate in on this ball of cells, and over time it continues to push in, gets deeper. It's kind of a nice little mouth there, huh? So the cells continue to migrate in and move in deeper, deeper. Pretty soon, like I said, nice mouth. Well, it's got to end on the other side. So the other end that you're looking at, we can see all the way through this now. And that's our little gastrula, okay? So we've got a mouth end, we've got this anus end, and with 3 layers. The outer layer of cells would be the ectoderm. This inner tube will be our endoderm, and then, you know, everything in between is going to be our mesoderm. So I wanted you to see this 3D, okay? Now, in the next stage, elongation, this is going to kind of stretch out. So I guess I'm going to try to roll it in my hands. That little opening, that tube stays there, but it is elongating, okay? And let's just, for the sake of camera's sake, pretend that we can actually see all the way through it, and it is hot dog shaped, like this, okay? All right, now, back side, here we go. The back page, almost done with these notes. All right, so we are going to be talking about the endoderm, the mesoderm, and the ectoderm. So, it says, what will each germ layer become? So all these cells that we were talking about are going to be receiving little signals to turn on different genes so that each layer of cells is going to become something different. Okay? Now I'm going to kind of jump around, which you might think is silly, but to me it makes sense. I'm going to start at the ectoderm. Why? Well, because to me it's kind of the easiest to think about. The outer layer of your cells. The outer layer of the cells on this little embryo that doesn't look anything like a human, what is that going to become in us when it does actually start to take shape and form? All right, well, what's on your outer layer? So the ectoderm is going to become our skin, our hair, our nails. Now, here's an interesting thing. At one point, at the head end, the cells on the outside start to punch in, so to speak, or move in. Okay? So they start to kind of go to the inside of the head. Now think about what's inside your head. Okay? Your brain, right? So the ectoderm also is going to form your nervous system, which consists of your brain, your spinal cord, the nerves, okay? Now that also includes your eyes, your ears, okay? Basically your senses there. So that is why I wanted to start with that, as kind of, it's the outermost part, easiest to figure out, okay? Now, again, let's go backwards here. Mesoderm now. What's right underneath your skin? Okay, think about it. What's right underneath your skin? So you're probably thinking your muscles. And you're right. So the mesoderm layer of cells is going to give rise to your muscles. And what connects your muscles, or, what do your muscles connect to? It's also going to be, the mesoderm is also going to be making your bones and all those little tendons and ligaments that connect it. Okay, so your skeletal system, your musculature system, and I'm also just going to say, and other organs that we're not really going to mention right now. So any system that we haven't mentioned probably is going to be made by this layer. All right, and now we're going to the endoderm, that inner layer. Okay, and I said what on you starts with your mouth and ends with your anus, and hopefully you know the name of that system. So the endoderm is going to give rise to your digestive system. Now, what's in your digestive system? Well, your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach. What's after that? Your small intestine, your large intestine. Okay. Also some accessory organs like your liver, your gallbladder. Okay, so that's one of the main systems though. Another system that the endoderm is going to bring forth, think about your digestive system, your esophagus for a second, your mouth. What other kind of tube leads down from your mouth aside from your esophagus? So it's what you're breathing with, right? What system is that? Your respiratory system. So your respiratory system is another system that emerges from the endoderm. What's in your respiratory system? Well, again, not the esophagus, but right next to it, kind of in front of it. You can actually feel it. Feel your neck, and you'll feel some rings of cartilage. That's your windpipe, technically called your trachea. So your trachea, the trachea branches into some bronchi. If you've ever had bronchitis, that's inflammation of those tubes. Okay, so here's your trachea branching off into the two lungs. So lungs, okay. So your respiratory system comes from this layer. And last but not least, the reproductive system. Reproductive system comes from that endoderm. And if you think about it, the endoderm, especially in this area of your, your lower abdomen, kind of inside all of that, your lower abdomen is where the reproductive system is. Inside the male and female, the ovaries, testes, the female uterus, all of that is the reproductive system, which is coming from the endoderm. Okay, so I will expect you to know these three layers, and I want you to think about it. Instead of just trying to memorize it, think about what would the outer layer be in us, okay? So you're thinking about that, the skin, etc., nervous system. The middle layer will be your muscle, bones, other organs, and the inner layer is those systems that are deep within us, okay? And that is your very basic info on human development.